I used to think if I couldn't find hope, I should just let it all go. I used to think if I couldn't make dreams come true, I should just let them all go. When life seems impossible, look from a new angle. Change just one little thing. When life feels intolerable, find your true source of love. Concentrate, focus on love. Center now, focus on love. Dedicate, focus on love.
Awesome. Welcome
Focus
everyone
on,
to
focus
the
on
Spearitual here at the Soul Station. I am your Pat, teacher, advisor, and coach. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and dive into the lesson for mid-month of August. We're picking up off of session 1, lesson 1. So this is considered session 1, lesson 2. And we're still discovering love. We're still on that subject matter of love. So what we're going to start with going forward is Matthew 22, okay? And we're going to be reading verses 37 through 39, okay? And that's the first book of the New Testament, okay? Matthew 22. And we're going to start with verses 37, and we're going to end at 39, okay? And it says, "But last of all, he sent unto them his son, saying, They will reverence my son. But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, This is the heir. Come, let us I'm sorry, am I reading the right one? Matthew 22. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong chapter. Okay, Matthew 22, 37. Jesus said unto them, Thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all of the law and the prophets." So I went on over to 40, didn't mean to do that. But again, let's go back for a minute. "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind." This is the first and great commandment. The second is similar to it, to love your neighbor as yourself. Now, I posed a question a few weeks ago about how to love your neighbor, and if the balance was appropriate, if you have a nasty neighbor, if that's how they know love, should you show love the same way they give it, or do you do the opposite and you exercise the things that we discussed last week, which we'll get back to in just a moment. Now, when it came to love, it talked about the law. So we know, some of us know, that the law in terms of the Bible, because we're starting with this book. I prefer this book because this is a global book, okay? And everyone around the world is affected by the Bible. It's not the oldest book, but I will say it's one of the greatest books ever written. So we're going to go to Exodus 20th, okay? That's the second book of the Old Testament, okay? Exodus 20. Just put my glasses on. Okay. And we're going to start with verses 3. And verse 3 says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." Okay. 4 says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." Okay. 7 says, "Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." Okay. Go down to 12. "Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's." Okay. You can reread this on your own time, but we just want to kind of dabble into the elements of what we refer to as love, okay? So let's flip back, because these are the commandments, okay? And these commandments represent acts. If you love God, this is what you do. When you love your parents, this is what you do. When you love your neighbor, this is what you do. This is how you act, and this is how you should think. So let's go back to 1 Corinthians 13. That's the New Testament, all the way towards the back. There's 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians. Okay, so 1 Corinthians 13. Okay. And this title, Love is the Greatest Gift. Again, though I speak with the tongue of men and of angels and have not charity. So we're going to substitute charity, the word charity, with love. And have not love, I am become as a sounding brass or tinkling cymbal. So to me, you just noisy. You just saying shit. You just saying stuff. Okay? And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all this faith so that I can remove mountains and have not love, I am nothing. How can that be? How can it be when I'm doing all of these things, but if I don't have love, you're nothing? Okay? That's why I am urging people to dabble deep into the meaning of love, because I don't believe you can live anything you can't define. Okay, so let's take it to the board. Wonderful. So hopefully you all can see the board clear enough, where we discussed love in session 1, lesson 1, and we gave it titles. Okay, so we gave Gil, God is love, and we discussed the first and only scripture in the Bible that discusses or describes God's love is that he gave his only begotten son. There's nothing else in there that talks about God loving mankind or humanity other than he gave his only begotten son. All the other scriptures I have researched and learned through life has always been our love towards him and our love towards each other. Okay? I haven't even really discussed scriptures that talk about loving yourself. Okay? Now, when we talk about the love of us, we titled it Lou, right? Lou. And in 1 Corinthians 13, it talked about all of these different stuff. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, that's a sacrifice. But I don't have love, it profits me nothing. What's the gain if you're doing all of this and you don't have love? But what is love? I mean, really, what is love? And then it says, love suffereth long and is kind. Love envieth not. Love vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. It don't give itself a whole lot of self-importance. That's what vaunteth is really discussing. But it starts to detail what it's not. Okay, so we talked about the ingredients of love: kindness, giving, caring. And then we got to a little rough spot where it talks about it envieth not. We called it jealousy, okay? And it just so happened Lou is involved in jealousy, the love of us, okay? I got a little surprise for you in the end, okay? So it's not puffed up. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you have people that become, they say they love you, but they become a little condescending, like, okay, maybe they bailed you out of a situation and they're helping you, you know what I'm saying? And although it's an act, it looked like love, but condescending attitude, puffed up attitudes don't feel like love. And that's what we discussed last week. What is the difference between your feelings and how you think? What is love? How you feel and how you think are two totally different things. It says, it does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. You know, that kind of sounds like a friend. You know how to say, when your friends really love you, they really honest with you. They're not going to tell you what you want to hear, right? They're going to give you the truth, what you need to hear. Why would they do that? Because they love you. Well, what do you mean that you love me? Okay? So charity or love never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they will fail. Whether there be knowledge, it will vanish away. So we know that it's a season for everything. Everything will pass, but it's something about love that will not perish. Okay? It talks about we know in part, we prophesied in part, but when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away with. So, you know, when perfection comes, because the next verse gets really interesting, okay? It starts to talk about maturity. When your mind is different, when your mind is growing up, okay? You begin to take a different approach to life and humanity than you did when you were immature. Okay, so I want to share this one scripture with you regarding love, and it's coming out of John 15. Okay, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Okay, John 15. I want you to hear this one thing before we actually sum this up. And it's verse 13. Now this is Jesus speaking. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. So to Jesus, Yeshua, whatever you prefer to him as, Rabbi, for him, he said the greatest love of all is when people lay down their life for their friends. Now what does that mean, laying down your life for your friends? Because to me that is definitely an act of love. When you're showing kindness, that's an act of love. But let me tell you, people can be kind to you and be thinking about how to get rid of you at the same time. Okay? So that can't be love. Okay? Somebody can give you a gift, right? But behind that gift, there's a motive. So kindness and forgiveness can't be love, right? Somebody can be caring, okay? You sick in the hospital or you bed rest and they giving you soup. They caring for you, but it's arsenic in the soup. It's an act, but is it love? And we don't even have to talk about jealousy. That's a whole other subject, okay? Then Jesus said the greatest love is when somebody lay down their life for you, okay? And in my aspect, Jesus was willing to lay down his life for his friends, not for everybody. God gave him to the world. And when I say lay down your life for a friend, that don't necessarily mean at gunpoint. I've heard stories where people went and took charges for friends. They went to jail for them. That's laying down your life for a friend. Okay? I've heard people who, you know, out of reflex just jumped in the middle of a shooting for a sibling. You know, just not acting, just because of whatever that is, that connection. They lay down their life for their friends. So my question to you again for session 1, lesson 2, what is love? Define it for yourself. Because even in Exodus 20th, where it gives the law, which is telling you how to think. Then you have 1 Corinthians that's giving you all these acts. It still did not tell you exactly what it is, which I can appreciate. Because at least at that point, you are defining it for yourself. And guess what's next? You're going to measure yourself first. And I'm going to leave it on that note until next week. Thank you so much for tuning into the Soul Station here with the Spearitual Bee. I can't wait to bring you another one. Till then, one love, happiness, and peace. Take care. All right, hey, what's going on, Crown and Glory? Welcome to the Soul Station here with the Spearitual Bee for another one. This is your mid-August report, okay? So this should suffice you until about the beginning of September. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you had a chance to go ahead and thumbs up the vid. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, okay? The new jack swing now, okay? Things can't remain the same. We gotta move with the times. You know what I'm saying? That's how you stay relevant. You gotta move with the times, okay? So let's get it moving with this mid-month forecast or report. And we're going to start out with your planetary lineup. This is a nickel status report that has changed as well. So now we have 7 levels. Hope you like it. If not, oh well. You have Venus in the Pentacles of Diamonds this month as external energy. Internally, ooh, you're dealing double Venus, and she's in her heart as well. Oh, all right. This is about making it do what it do, baby. Okay. This is definitely about duality. This is so freaking loving. You know, this is a formation. You know what I'm saying? This is like mind and heart. You know, this is about fruition and manifestation. You know, this is beyond gestation. This is manifestation at its finest. This is, you have the plan and you have the right heart, the right mind. Your soul is in the right place. Everything is in the right place. To plan, to plow, to pluck. You can do all of that externally right now. And maybe in different facets and areas of your life. And now you're at a state right now where you can express that love. You can, I see you and feel you having enjoyment with another. And it could be more than one, but it's like one at a time. You know, maybe with your friend, then with your brother, then your auntie, then with your mother, then with your father. It's like this one-on-one love. You know, and one thing I know about, which makes sense to me when it comes to you, Crown and Glory, is because y'all are very compartmentalized when it comes to relationships. For some reason, you don't like the mix. I got this relationship right here. I got this relationship right here, you know. I don't know. That's just who you are, you know. But it's very warm. It's very inviting. It's very gifting. This could be gifting as well. What is this? Happy solar return. Oh my God. I almost forgot. Happy solar return. Yes, Crown and Glory. This is your season. It looks like it too. It's food and drinks and gifts and hugs and loves and business matters coming to fruition. It's a togetherness here, but again, it feels very personal. Feels very personal. Different. Love it. You got one over here. You got one over here. You got something over here with them. You got something over here with them. It's cute. External, internal, please, source for our Crown and Glory for mid-month report. What we going with? So you have the moon in Cancer, and then you have the owl. Very significant. Okay, so we know Cancer deals with the home. Then you have Venus. Okay, spend time with family or helping others. Avoid situations that can be a drain on your emotions. Didn't I tell you that? Family and others. We just talked about that, you know. Maybe sharing this on the home front at home at your mama's house. Who knows? Internally, though, a crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelation. Oh, wow. Get sick of the love. Okay. So I think motherly a lot when I see the owl and Venus together. Okay. Maybe something you want to confide in with your mom. Could be ancestral as well. Could be dealing with a passing, death. It's a crisis though. You know, it may be an experience that you having with another, and now out of that experience you realize something. You know, because when I see the owl, it's at the door. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. Whatever that is. Let's see what's going on with these cards. Though I wasn't expecting that with all this good ass energy. Okay. I guess it would be nobody better to confide in than a mother or wife. That's what I see too here is a wife. And they can also be figures. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Overall, we have the 4 of Cups. There's your crisis right there. All right. We have the World card in reverse. There's your core energy for mid-month. We have the Lion, you, strength. That's what you can expect. It's coming out of the 8 of Wands. And then we have that conversation. Conflict and or challenge and supportive blessing energies will get to momentarily. Underlining all of that is the King of Cups, the King of Cool. Okay, I don't know if this is you or someone else, you know, but there's plenty to go off of. I feel like you got it, you got it, you got it. You think by George, I think you got it, okay? I see some news is coming, some information is coming. I don't know if this is company crisis, family crisis. We got the family man here as the underlying issue. And I don't know what your makeup is, you know what I'm saying? So we're just talking about masculine, feminine energy. So you could be same sex. If you're the masculine, you get this King of Cups. But this is something that has to be figured out. This is something that definitely has to be figured out. I don't know if this is business related, because this could be very much business related. I mean, you cool and all, but some issues have to be overcome. You know, this is, when I look at the King of Cups, I'm thinking about getting over the hump. You know, I still feel like you're steadfast financially, but you got to get over the hump, because maybe, I don't know if this is a financial issue or something that's coming at you. This could be a little trouble here. There's that crisis. Got all this stuff that you have to, I'm hearing relatable. I don't know why I'm hearing relatable, but you have to step back and see where all this stuff fits. You know, you have to now, for some of you who are creative, like you got some type of service, to me, it's like the crisis could literally be, let's say the crisis could be from a passing and you found out something about a disorder, disease, or whatever, and that's troubling you. And you need to have that discussion, and you want to know how to fix it. But it's a lot of material, a lot of assessing. You know, stuff has to be, again, categorized, compartmentalized. What goes where, how much, I don't know. But I see the King of Cups as a bit of like a masculine nurturer, a masculine healer. Some of you, I don't know where you are in the world, you could be a bit of a mystic or shamanistic. You work with these elements. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so she just gave me this like I don't know if you all have heard that monkeypox is going around globally lately. This has just hit the news maybe about a month ago about this monkeypox. Maybe somewhere somebody has been affected by it. Maybe they died by it, and that's part of something that you want to cure. Maybe you want to cure it through drinks, foods, medicines. I don't know. So some of you got a lot of information coming at you, a lot of stuff you have to respond, and maybe that's part of your job is problem solving, or maybe you're self-employed and you got to solve all of this stuff for yourself. But a lot of you, a lot of goings on in your environment, you know. It's like a lot is coming at you. Like people want your attention. It's like when you step out, they waiting on you. Like you the shit. Like you the it boy. You the it girl. Mm. This could be where you're working. This could be where you live, your vicinity or your facility. Where you work or live. Let's get a reason for this. 8 of Wands. Some of you traveling. And you're going to get a lot of attention. You like a star or... That's something to do with your power. Like you consider a powerful person. You got the King of Cups here. You make sure people eat. You make sure needs are met. You're a powerful person in your own right. You got a lot of heart and a lot of love. You got plans. This may be in connection to your children or your employees. These problems, all this stuff is coming at you at one time. You may have to travel regarding this. This could be also based on, what you've been working on. Like I said, your own business, sole proprietorship or LLC. I don't know, your company, corporation. I'm also seeing something about one of the problems or issues may be, I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know if it's financially related or not, but you need something or things shipped expeditiously. You need that expedient delivery. You need to speed it up. You need it done like today. Whatever it is. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Okay, because you got, this is timelines and schedules and stuff. You got the 4 swords underneath. And this is being deeply concerned. You got stuff that needs to be ironed out. You need answers. You need a revelation. But some of y'all, this is really on a spiritual note. Like, I don't know what kind of business person you are or what you do, but you really result to God before you make moves. I feel like somebody is like really dependent on their power source, their inner divine power source, the soul source, some type of source, your higher being for answers. Because it's a lot. It's quite a bit of stuff that you got to get out. Maybe you're being financially challenged. Maybe dealing with shipments. Things got to get done fast. I don't know if it's on the job or this is you. Because the King of Cups reminds me of services. You know, then you got the front guy, the store guy. This may be store related. This could be your restaurant, you know, your cafeteria, but it maybe come behind some news or message that you got. Maybe this was expecting, and for some of you, this is dealing with deliveries. Yep, because we got the Two of Wands. Something's about the schedule. When it's supposed to be at the facility or when you're supposed to get it, you know, you're really trying to keep your cool. Maybe trying to figure out what else you can do in the meantime, or like a substitute plan here, which can work. You know, like companies do that sometimes. If we're out of stock on this, I don't know if it's a limited edition here, we're out of stock on this, they ask customers and clients if they will accept something else. You may be trying to figure out if that's something you need to do. But you're definitely going to be in your element this mid-month. You got a lot of places to go. You know, you are definitely trying to into a solution, into getting it fixed. And some of you are really stepping out and stepping into your power. And that makes sense. This is your solar return, so you're definitely going to be very powerful, you know. Some of you expect to meet up or to meet. Okay, I'm hearing delectable. You may think this feminine is delectable, okay? You'll meet her through your travels or something. You really don't like her, but let me tell you something, she's a lady. She's a lady. She's proper. So, but I haven't felt this energy out of this card in a long time. But this is like a real, like, this is coming from you, Lions. You masculines particularly. There's somebody in your vicinity or where you work, the facility where you work, or somewhere around town that you really like. She's delectable. Going to walk into your life. It's stemming from these travels. Some of you, that's the problem. She's here twice. Some of y'all, this is dealing with the amount of travel to some place. I don't know. Is it the work spot, or I don't know what kind of spot it is. Maybe where this person lives. But I definitely see you in your power in a take charge mode. And I also see that you get to have that conversation with somebody. I feel like there's an answer in this. If you just be patient, you'll get the answer. And I believe you will, because you're going to be engaged in this conversation. This could be with this potential meeting, this soulmate connection. Just because you meet a soulmate don't necessarily mean you're going to get to be with them now. But the universe, the heavens, the Most High sent you on that path to get this answer. This is coming out of a crisis. This could be a work-related crisis, an entrepreneur crisis, whatever it is, it's got to get fixed. It's got to get done. You know what I'm saying? A crisis to me is like going to the hospital. What is the conflict? The Emperor. Okay, that's Big Daddy. Big Daddy may be the problem in your life. Maybe you want to separate from Big Daddy. Maybe Big Daddy got rules that you don't agree with. You know, the Emperor can be stern. The Emperor establishes culture. Okay? the emperor says how he wants the household to be, how he wants the city to be, how he wants the state to be, how he wants the country to be, how he wants the nation to be, how he wants the globe. That's earth god, okay? This could be you in your own self building this business. There's a conflict here, getting this constructed, getting this stuff on, some of you may be dealing with your long-term goals, because this is like at the step of maturity. Look at this maturity. You got this is now where you are, you've matured. This is the next step. This is the long term. Once you get right here, you forever, right? How am I gonna get there? Now again, we dealing with patience here. Patience, my dear, patience. It takes patience to be an emperor or to get to that status, unless you just, gifted with it, like say for instance you become a grandfather, you know what I'm saying? The conflict could be a grandfather. Now he can also represent an ancestral grandfather. It's got something to do with power. It's got something to do with ruling a facility, a vicinity. It could be property, a country, a state. He rules. This could be about your long-term business establishment. This could be dealing also with legality. There's all kinds of legalities. Company legalities, entrepreneurship, what you can do in your city and state as a business person. Okay? This shit got to be worked out. And I see that. I feel like some of you going to meet a soulmate. I don't know if you're going to be with this person, but you're going to want to be with her, masculine. But she got an answer for you if you just be patient, which I think you will, because you want to. Some of you, this is a telephone call. It may not be particularly this new person, but this could be a telephone call. You receive a telephone call from somebody that you like or you sweet, or you could be your mama. Some of you, this could be your mama. It's on this aisle. But they got the answer. I feel like they got a clue. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it comes. And your supportive energy, your blessed energy is the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you just need to enjoy yourself while you're working. Pace yourself. Do one thing at a time. Take your time trying to figure out where to begin. Because this is, like I said, this is long term. This got something to do with forever. To the day you die, when you cross over, or somebody that's forever. Like I said, this could be pertaining to an ancestor. There's questions here. We have that Four of Swords here. Things are being questioned. You are questioning things. That can also be good for you, questioning things, because you can't get no answers if you don't ask no questions. Some of you, you're going to have to do a couple of things at the same time now. You can't just be doing one thing. You got to learn how to maybe multitask. Everybody don't have that gift, but it's a skill that can be learned. Let's go ahead and sum it up. Making up your mind also. It's about having this conversation or doing the damn thing. It may be about stepping into your power, stepping into presenting yourself to the world, representing yourself. Whatever it is, it may be dealing with heat, like cooking, whatever you have to put heat to. You have the bed. Wow. Is this the marital bed? Let's see what's on the bed. I don't even know where that's coming from. You have the giraffe, laugh, staff, calf, graph, half, and carif. Let me just slide through our herbs. Let's slide through. Let me get you a spiritual vibe written word. You're the first one to get it. Okay. For some of you, there may be a loss here, but it's a necessary loss because you are upgrading. Like, you can't take everybody with you. You know what I'm saying? It's a change. You know, it's going to separate you from your familiars. You know, I don't know which one you. I don't know. Put some respect on my name. Is that Big Daddy? Is that what we need to have a conversation about? If you got some problems with it, and then we have time as your underlying issue is of the essence, and as Kimberly Sweet Brown Wilkerson said, ain't nobody got time for that. And I'm gonna leave it on that note. Crown and Glory, thank you so much for tuning to the Soul Station here with the Spearitual Bee. I can't wait to bring you another one. But until then, do whatever it takes to make yourself happy. Hotep and one love.
I should just let it all go.